you so much, Chair Waters, for having this, and welcome Chairman Powell and Secretary Yellen. And as the first female Secretary of the Treasury in the history and the first to head the Fed, we are so proud of you and your many accomplishments, Secretary Yellen. And this Women's History Month, you are certainly inspiring many young women with more confidence and aspirations with your leadership. So thank you. As you know, at the end of last year, we were able to reach a bipartisan compromise on my Corporate Transparency Act, which will crack down on anonymous shell companies, the vehicle of choice for criminal activity, money laundering, and terrorism financing. And I want to thank Ranking Member McHenry for his willingness to compromise, and Chairwoman Waters for your steadfast support of this bill over many, many years. The bill requires companies to disclose their true beneficial owners to FinCEN, which is an arm of Treasury, and FinCEN will collect this information in a database which is intended to be the state of art with privacy and security protections. Law enforcement calls it the most important tool that's been given to them to track illegal activity, illegal money activity in 30 years. And this implementation of this is going to be a massive undertaking and will require an enormous amount of resources and manpower at Treasury. I worked on this bill as a top priority for 12 years, and implementing it and getting it up and running is a top priority of mine. It's incredibly important, I believe, to our national security. We have to get it right. And so my question to you is, will you commit to making beneficial ownership one of your top priorities as Treasury Secretary? We have 2 years to implement it, and I think it will make all of us safer. I think it's extremely important.
I completely agree with you. It's a very important piece of legislation, and it is one of our highest priorities to implement this promptly and to get it right. We have a hiring plan. We recognize that significant resources will be required, and we're trying to obtain them. We have plans for how to collect the required database, and we're actively working to implement this very important piece of legislation.
Thank you. I want to build on Chair Lady Waters' question. I'm not going to repeat all the things that were in the Important Recovery Act, but my question to you, Secretary Yellen and Chairman Powell, what steps can we take to ensure we don't lose a generation of workers which never return to the workforce or continue to face, or that they face these depressed wages moving forward? We know that over 11 million and a half women lost their jobs compared to 9 million men. Black and Latino women suffered the highest rate of all, and that the women's labor force participation is down 2%, and the families are suffering. We have many aspects of it. A lot of, she mentioned, from rent to food to help in so many ways, but I'm concerned about this labor force that's been hurt. What can we do to help them get back into the labor force? And my question is to you, Secretary Yellen first, and Chairman Powell.
So first of all, in the short term, the American Rescue Plan contains substantial support for minorities and particularly for women who have been forced to drop out of the labor market. There's an important increase in the child tax credit that's going to result in, along with other provisions, a 50% reduction in the child poverty rate. There's money to open and support school openings promptly. There's an enhanced child independent care credit with a successful vaccination program to get women back into the labor force. And longer term, when we've gotten to the other side of this pandemic, we hope to address in the jobs package over the longer term some of the factors that have resulted in low wages and low labor force participation for women.